Hey, just about your squad. After this past game, that you talked about playing guys who bring the energy. And with that being said, are you doing a re-inventory of like a restocking, going forward? And are we going to see the same thing or the same rotations, same groupings that we've seen in the previous games?
You know what? There could be changes. There could be changes. We'll see how guys respond today in practice going into it. But, I'm optimistic with the response of our guys. We'll have a couple practices. We had a day off yesterday, going into this Colorado game. But there's some guys that are really bright spots for us, and still figuring out the combinations and getting into that solid 8-man rotation for sure.
Obviously, every game is important. Is it too early to hit any type of a panic button, or just where are you just in the terms of the sense of urgency?
You know what? Every game, and you realize, you play hard, you play smart, you play together. We'll win. We have a chance to beat anybody. And then you also realize in this game, and especially during the time right now, is if you don't do those things, your margin for error, and you could lose to anybody. And we've proven that. And so our biggest focus right now is, how can we improve in certain areas? And that goes back to, is it playing 2 point guards at the same time? Is it, do we limit our turnovers? We figured out the rebounding margin. Those are all things that we're figuring out right now. But, moving forward, you just got to get better every day. And that's kind of been our focus. We're just really blessed that we get a chance to play, get a chance to compete. And get better. That's the most important thing, and that's what our focus is.
And if I can just ask just this last one from me here, just in terms of the things that you're getting from Nate Pryor right now that helps you are what?
He plays with an excessive amount of energy, which is inspiring. He plays. I keep using the word non-agenda basketball. What does that mean? Plays like an old school point guard that's trying to lead the team to win, which I think is critical. And he's still just scratching the surface with our system. But he is a guy that he can get us into our offense. He's exceptionally intelligent, and he plays and competes to win and for the symbol on front of his chest rather than the one on the back.
Awesome, Hop. Thank you.
All right, Lauren, go ahead, Lauren.
Hi, Hop. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. You talk about Nate Pryor bringing energy, but it also seems like he just calms things down. What does it take for a player to be able to do both of those things at the same time?
Well, there's that. That's what keeps him. He's faster than you think. He's quicker than you think. It's kind of like that. Keeps you off balance. So he brings an immense amount of energy. And I say the energy might be like how hard he competes, maybe. That might be a better way to term it. And then when he has the ball, he can execute what the coach wants. He's a coach on the floor.
And then,
so,
sorry.
No, it's okay.
Raekwon Battle, just what have you seen from him as far as development this season and what he brings to you guys, particularly offensively?
Well, he's fearless. Now his thing is shot selection is big. For us, but he plays hard. 20 minutes, he had 8.6 rebounds, a block shot, offensive rebound. Like he brings energy plays, and his ability to score points and space the floor are huge for our team.
All right, thank you.
Kim Reynolds, go ahead, Kim Reynolds.
Hey, Coach.
Hey, Kim.
Just a ton going on, just, with the COVID thing, being in isolation, school, holidays, away from the family, and then you throw not playing well into the equation. What's the mood of the team right now?
At the end of the day, listen, losing is not fun, but we're really blessed that we get to play during this time. A lot of people don't. It's a perfect time during the holidays to what you're grateful for. And a lot of times when you're frustrated or not, it's probably because you're thinking about yourself and not about the fun of the game. And but listen, we get a chance to play basketball. It's pretty special. You get a chance to be in college, which is pretty special. And we just reinforce that every day and get the chance to compete. And most importantly, listen, one game's never the end of your season. You always have the next game, right? And so last year when we struggled, we finally hit a breaking point and moved forward and actually won 3 in a row, and we're momentum going in the positive direction. So we're just trying to find that point and working for it every day that we have a chance and opportunity to do so.
Chris Fetters, go ahead, Chris Fetters.
Hey, Hop, based on what you had said after the game, the Montana game, in terms of trying to find guys with energy, just trying to find that spark, I'm wondering if you can talk about if that's starting to reveal a more fundamental issue that you're frustrated with, just in terms of, guys not even able to show the kind of energy and effort that you need for them to compete.
Well, they're kids, right? 18, 19, 20-year-old kids. And it's probably the hardest thing to do on a consistent basis. And, we don't have a large margin for error. And so, we didn't play great against Oregon, right? We had a lot of turnovers. We had a lot of turnovers to touchdowns. We missed 5 or 6 layups, but because we competed so hard, we had a chance to win at the end. And that's what you have to do every time you get a chance to play. And that consistency thing is, that's what kids aren't, right? We're trying to teach them how to be and how to have that professionalism. So it's part of the learning process, part of the teaching process. And our coaching staff does a great job every day, talking about that and focusing on that. And it's really important. It's like in the real world, right? I remember having our first child and my wife didn't sleep. I was up all night, just exhausted, but you have to ring the bell even when you have bad days as a professional. You got to go and you got to go do your job, and you got to do it to the best of your ability, even on days that you don't feel like it. And so just, learning for these guys for sure.
Also, Hop, real quick, I was curious about the idea of just with the football team, they just announced they're not going to go to a bowl. They're not going to do any of that kind of stuff. Everyone in football has talked about how much of a grind this season has been, because obviously they've been doing their thing all the way since March, April, whatever. And I know you guys are only 6 games into the season, but I'm wondering how much of this has already started to really grind. And I'm wondering if that's playing a part into this.
You know what? I will tell you, it's just different, but everybody's dealing with it. I think the biggest concerns for us was always about going to be the mental health issue with student athletes all across the board, because some people lose games, some people have games. Routine is off, it's off kilter. We lose our 3 games locally. We were fortunate enough to get games in Las Vegas. A lot of people aren't, but it is a grind. It's isolation is a tough thing for a lot of people. And how do you deal with it? Being able to see your family during the holidays or those types of things. But that's universal across the country. And that's why we talk to our kids all the time, just being blessed to be able to go play basketball and be positive, right? Bring positive energy. It's what we can all give each other during these tough times. And that's not basketball, that's life. How can we help somebody else? What can we give to somebody else to bring their day up? I think those are the most important things right now for sure.
I guess I just was wondering if you saw a connection possibly between these things kind of being related and being connected.
Yeah. I think across the board, everybody's dealing with certain issues and everybody deals with certain situations differently. And those come back to, could be energy levels, different things like that, just because, life is hard and this time is hard for sure.
Thanks, Hop.
You're welcome.
James Price, go ahead, James.
Hey, how's it going, Coach?
Hey, James, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. Hey, you mentioned after the Montana game that a lot of the problems you guys were having as a team were happening on the offensive end. So I was kind of wondering if there's anything in particular that you guys maybe been trying to focus on and implement through these last couple practices.
Yeah, well, we haven't practiced since we had a day off, so we'll be working on today. But we've got to move the ball. We can't be so careless. In the last couple of games, we've had 13, 12 turnovers in the first half. And a lot of those are self-inflicted, and we've got to be better. You can't give other teams 12 extra possessions, and then that's just what we have. We have to fix that now, and just like we had to fix the rebounding issues. And you know, having two guards on the floor, 2 point guards is a big thing. It's helped us in the second half of these games, and we can't put ourselves in holes early because of our turnovers. You just can't.
Got it. Thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.
All right, Maz Vidal, go ahead, Maz.
No, that's okay. Hey, Coach, just so I understand, have you practiced since the Montana loss?
We have not.
Okay. All right. Then I'll ask a different question. One self-revelation, I have not done my Christmas shopping, unlike Percy. But my question is, the task of a coaching staff teaching and messaging the kids about self-effort and how that leads into the team effort and success on the court.
Well, the biggest thing is that if you're not playing the way that we have designed to play, then you'll be sitting next to me. It's part of the greatest teaching tool is the bench. And then we've got to be able to go in and let them understand, because guys have new roles. Everybody wants a little bit more, but it goes back to, this is how we're going to win. And you've got to be able to accept that role. I'm not asking you to be happy with that role, but you've got to embrace it, because no one is good enough, coaches, players, to do it alone. It's just what it is. And it's probably the easiest thing to talk about. It's the hardest thing to do. And that's why you'll see different rotations, different combinations. We're trying to find that magic piece, and it's a process. But what you do is you focus on it, you hold them accountable every day to it, you talk about it, and then you enforce it.